Good morning, sailors! Morning! So today, another interesting, a beautiful guest. Kala is here. Kala is an aspiring storyteller. Hi, Kala.
Hi, Lily. How are
Long time
you?
no see, yeah?
Yeah,
How are
oh my
you?
God,
Oh my
I'm
god. Long time no see, really. And now we've seen, like, you know, we've met now with a different, how can I call it? Life now?
Period.
Yeah, a period time.
Phase of life.
Phase of life. And so, Kala, can you just introduce yourself to us?
Okay. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. Can you give me a hug?
Thank you.
for
So
having
lovely.
me here. I'm so happy. Kita terakhir ketemu
2000 berapa ya? Lama banget.
2000. Gak tahu. Okay. Time is an illusion.
I know.
But speaking of time, my name is Kala. It actually means time. Pada suatu kala.
Yeah.
If I were to introduce myself, mungkin aku punya dua versi. Versi untuk diriku sendiri yang aku coba internalisasikan. Yang aku coba internalisasikan setiap hari adalah perempuan yang selalu belajar, bertumbuh, berkarya, berbagi lagi dan lagi.
Beautiful.
Tapi kalau untuk introducing myself to the external world, because kita homo socius ya, we live with other people.
Yes.
I would introduce myself as an aspiring storyteller, an artist, a writer that uses art as a platform untuk menciptakan dialog yang sehat mengenai isu-isu sosial dan menggunakan karya seni sebagai perlawanan dan penyembuhan lembut.
Oh, berat ya.
Yes, it's a very comprehensive way to explain yourself.
Period. It
And-
took a long identity crisis
I
phase
know.
in my life.
I know.
You saw everything.
I've been there.
Wow.
Oh my
Okay.
god. So what I know right now, like what's happening lately, what I see you doing is your short film.
Oh, period.
Yeah, like you have
Okay.
been like posting about your short film, right? And what I know is about the sexual essay.
As a team.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What brings you have, you know, like to make it to share your personal story is such a thing.
Yeah.
And you have to push yourself to be brave enough to share it to the world, right? What brings you there?
Okay.
What makes you want to express it? Pastinya
Yeah.
there's a message behind it.
Yeah.
Maybe like something that you see, something that you experience, or maybe something that your friends has experienced, or like the world has experienced.
Yeah.
Like you can call it.
Okay. Thank you so much for being aware and updated about my life. Kayak,
Of course.
thank you. Thank you for, I love your movies.
Thank
I love
you.
your work.
Always.
Jadi kayak thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Film pendek aku adalah film pendek pertamaku sebagai sutradara dan penulis. Jadi
Wow.
pertama kali aku di film set adalah sebagai penulis dan sutradara. So I didn't know most of what I was doing. Tapi kayak we do it scared.
Yeah.
Filmnya mengeksplorasi trauma dari kekerasan seksual yang pelakunya itu specifically dari industri seni dan hiburan gitu. Jadi awalnya kenapa? Sebenarnya balik lagi yang tadi aku tarik ya. Aku selalu ngerasa my goal in life yang kelihatan benang merahnya itu, aku cinta banget storytelling, aku cinta banget seni, tapi aku merasa seni dan storytelling is such a privilege to have and to do. And so with that platform and with that privilege, I feel the obligation to use it to speak up about societal issues around me. Dan yang aku bahas itu sebenarnya banyak beda-beda gitu isunya, tapi specifically I'm very drawn into the topic sexual violence. So sebenarnya mulai, ini aku yapping dikit ya.
Nice fine.
Yeah,
This is the perfect platform. for
Okay,
you to do.
yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, when I was 16, I started berorganisasi gitu. Kalau ditarik ke belakang gitu ya, aku berorganisasi, mulai dengan I started a community organization or a non-profit organization called Arise Rose, bertuju sama really powerful women out there. Shout out to my friends. Yay! Love you girls. Di Rise Rose itu kita banyak melakukan kegiatan-kegiatan yang mencoba membawa young people to talk about social issues or be aware of social issues. Dan waktu itu kan pas pandemi, jadi kayak everyone's online and we saw that as a place to like, okay, kita bersuara nih sekarang, dan isu yang kita bawa tuh beda-beda. Jadi kita bertuju, ada yang talk about mental health, education, feminism, arts and culture, dan salah satu karya dari kita yang mungkin kalian ketahui adalah #berkain bersama. We started on 17th of August 2020, dan itu lumayan langgeng sampai sekarang. Dan karena itu juga aku jadi konsisten berkain juga gitu. Jadi
nice.
alhamdulillah. And then dari situ I started a community organization called Your Stories Heard. It's to listen to and uplift stories of sexual violence survivors. We received a lot of stories and we connect them ke layanan-layanan dan segala macam. Sampai akhirnya aku nyadar bahwa I love speaking up about issues. I'm passionate about speaking about issues because I feel like I have the platform too. But I also love art and I want to combine them both gitu. Tapi sebelum aku dapat kesempatan untuk benar-benar terjun ke dunia art and activism combine, yang awalnya aku jadi kayak aktivis maju banget nih gitu, kayak when I was 16 ya, so young and naive, so many like dreams and hopes gitu. Aku di 2022 jadi korban kekerasan seksual gitu, dan aku kabur dari rumah juga, sempat ada berantem sama orang tuaku. Jadi I learned how to live independently with my trauma juga.
Tenang aja, semuanya juga ada kok.
Oh, I'm
Kita
so
semua
sorry
ada.
to hear.
Yeah.
If you need anything,
But mine in the business.
okay.
So more or less the same lah.
Yeah, which is-
Gak cuma di dunia art,
Kreatif,
dan
ya.
kreatif, ya kan?
Yeah, and I'm really sorry to hear about that. Okay. If you wanna talk about it more, okay. But yeah, I'm so sorry to hear. If I could lanjut, abis itu karena aku jadi penyintas, aku jadi ngerasa kayak ini semua yang aku lakuin tuh berdampak gak sih? Kayak gue selama ini tuh speaking from the outside, as if someone yang very naive, someone yang very hopeful, someone yang kayak let's go, kita bisa melawan itu semua. Tapi saat aku jadi penyintasnya, aku langsung kayak wait, we're kind of hopeless, we're kind of stuck here gitu. Dan yang aku pengen highlight selama ini adalah traumanya tuh ternyata sampai sekarang tuh masih
Real,
masih it's staining. It's like a stain on white shirt gitu. I feel like I was the white shirt. I was very naive. And then it's like red wine on a white shirt, and that's what the film is about, which is wine on a white shirt. That is a metaphor to trauma of sexual violence gitu. Dan kenapa specifically aku menggunakan film sebagai wadahnya, padahal aku sebelumnya lebih nyaman atau lebih lumayan beberapa kali berkelana di dunia teater gitu ya. Karena aku merasa karena aku merasa kayak gaya visual, kinestetik, empatik yang bisa dihadirkan dari filmnya itu, aku menggunakan 4:3 rasionya, bukan gini, jadi 4:3 itu bisa menghadirkan sesek nafasnya yang
karena you feel
dirasakan.
like you have no space kan,
No
jadinya.
space to say anything gitu.
Gitu jadinya.
Karena aku merasakan banget traumanya yang membuat aku menyakiti diri. Because I have a cutting addiction gitu, I have a self-harm addiction. Ini kalau di Zoom kelihatan kayaknya. I also have PTSD from it, post-traumatic stress disorder. I also have BPD. I was diagnosed with BPD in 2023. Aku dari 2023 sampai sekarang masih medicated on sertraline, aripiprazole, alprazolam, dan Riklona. I take it every day. I was nervous going here. I brought my meds going here. Dan aku juga pernah menyakiti orang lain karena traumaku gitu. And I tried so hard to express myself. I tried so hard to talk about it saat itu, dan aku merasa kok pelaku aku makin naik ya gitu, makin kayak sukses ya. Apalagi pelaku aku kebetulan ada di dunia seni, industri musik, specifically jazz. Dia juga setahun setelah aku kena kekerasan seksual dari dia ada di Java Jazz Festival. So it was quite big. His name is everywhere. And it made me feel like my world was so small in comparison to his, and my space is so suffocating. Yeah, dan setelah aku ngobrol dengan banyak orang dan datang dari cerita-cerita Your Story Start yang dulu aku pernah apa ya bahasanya, temani atau tegarkan gitu, ternyata banyak banget yang ngerasain hal yang sama. Only now aku terjun gitu. Terus akhirnya aku jadiin kayak okay, I think I want people to not only talk about it but feel it gitu. Jadi aku menghadirkan film ini yang terinspirasi dari kisahku. Jadi enggak plakatif, it's still fiction because it's still a fictional film, because I want to put my voice as a writer too, and I want to be in control of the story. As opposed to when I was sexually assaulted, I didn't feel like I was in control of it. Jadi this film was inspired by stories of a lot of victims of sexual violence and myself, and I made it with the purpose of wanting to make people feel the suffocation from the trauma that sexual assault makes you feel, and how the stains doesn't go away. And it's like it's this big ball of taint in your space that we have no choice to enlarge our space because of it gitu. It's a beautiful thing to enlarge your space, but also like, why did I have to do this because of you, you know?
Just because of other people.
And at that time my sexual assaulter was that time sahabat aku tuh saat itu pacaran sama pelaku kekerasan seksual aku, dan pacar aku saat itu, jadi mantan pacar aku itu, my ex best friend was dating him. And the guy I was dating is best friends with him. In the same band.
Yes.
Jadi my best friend curhat tentang my sexual assaulter ke aku. My best friend curhat tentang my sexual assaulter ke aku, dan my ex-boyfriend performs with my sexual assaulter. Then there's this line in the movie that was heavily inspired by what happened to me, which is when my ex-boyfriend was performing on stage and this guy was sitting next to me watching him perform. Aku sempat nyapa biasa gitu kan, kayak trying to be cool gitu, karena kayak what can I do?
Why did we do that?
Maksudnya what can I do? Punch him? What? I'm gonna get, you know. And so I just said hi. Aku cuman kayak hi, apa kabar gitu. Terus dia ngomong lagi dong pegangnya gitu. Dan itu tuh udah titik dimana aku kayak I have to speak up one day. And I did spoke up on my Instagram story, dan itu di-like.
Seriously?
Di-like sama kakaknya pelakuku.
Oh shit.
Which is very, I don't know what they're trying to do.
I know.
But you know what? While we're at it, while we're in this platform, because they're brave enough to do that, I think I'm also brave enough to talk about my film. I'm brave enough to talk about the trauma. I'm brave enough to talk about the impact that happened to me and how I grew out of it and grow through it. And also, I'm not afraid of saying that his first name is Michael.
Oh no.
Yes. I mean, I didn't say his last name. But
banyak kok yang namanya Michael.
Hi. Hello.
That's very brave, you know.
Thank you. That's the whole lore.
Because like for me, from my side, like I experienced it back on 2016. Was also in the creative industry, but I only brave enough to say it out there when it was 2020. It took years for me to get out of the loop and the hole, you know. And what also like what reminds me that not what reminds me, it's more to like, oh, I didn't know I have this, you know, like I didn't know I have the trauma because like it got triggered to which I watched a movie. It's called 27 Steps of May.
Oke.
Back in the days.
Itu persis apa yang aku rasain dengan
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was juga when I was watching it juga aku yang kayak, and then I didn't know what's happening, you know, and then the flashes of the memory just come back. And I'm like, oh, this is fuck me, but you know, but life happened, and then so I know what you're saying and what you've been doing. It needed a lot of braveness, and
You're
the
saying
heart.
this needs a lot of courage.
I know, but like, hats off to us, us all, as a survivor. But yeah, like, film kamu, I really pray that it can really goes to like a lot of people and not to bikin orang kayak rasain enggak gitu, tapi kayak to educate juga bahwa kayak it's a real thing that you're doing, have a real consequences to other people, and it's not cool.
Ya,
You know?
balik lagi sih sebagai perlawanan dan penyembuhan lembut. Seni sebagai perlawanan dan penyembuhan lembut.
That's why we are here.
That is true. So let's just like you make this lighter a little bit. I want to know more about you. Okay.
Before that, can I read something that I already know?
Yes, please.
Oke, untuk semua, if you are a survivor of sexual violence, kalau kamu adalah penyintas kekerasan seksual, ada beberapa dan membutuhkan bantuan dan layanan pengaduan, ada beberapa yang bisa aku share ke kalian. Pertama, cari layanan.com. Itu di situ ada banyak banget. Kalian klik di situ aja itu ada whatever you need, mau rehabilitasi atau misalnya ke psikolog atau bantuan hukum, itu bisa ada di sana. Kedua, ada Sahabat Perempuan dan Anak, SAPA. Itu call-nya ada di 129 dan WhatsApp-nya ada di 0811 ya, 0811 129 129. Ada juga Komnas Perempuan di pengaduan @komnasperempuan.go.id. Ada juga kalau mau ke lebih bantuan hukum, ada Asosiasi Lembaga Bantuan Hukum APIK Indonesia atau Asosiasi LBH APIK Indonesia di asosiasi lbapik@gmail.com. If you wanna let your story out dan segala macam, you can also go to yourstoriesheard.card.co. Dan I wish you well. If you need any mental services, I know psikiater yang sangat bagus ada di Siloam Mampang atau Fillmore Pharma, namanya Dr. Karina Kalani Firdaus. Dan untuk psikiater yang dan untuk psikolog yang affordable ada di Rit Psychology. The psychology I go to is Kak Rini, and you can go to the number which is 0878 8992 7483. I hope it could help.
Thank you so much for sharing, Kala.
Thank you.
You don't know how it means to some people that really needs help, and we never know. You know, when we really never know when the people is going through some things serious in their life.
I hope it helps.
Yeah. So let's keep going. Kala, who are you back then? Before, who are you now?
Who am I back then?
Yeah. What's your journey? You know?
My journey. Sebenarnya aku tadi udah jelasin sedikit ya kalau awal aku tuh berawal dari berkelana di dunia non-profit organization gitu ya. That's how I started being active on social media. Tapi kalau ditarik ke belakang lagi, aku sebenarnya dari kecil I've always loved performing. Gitu.
I see.
We all do, no?
Yeah. Tapi aku mulai performing itu kelas 6 SD. My first role ever itu sebagai Purbasari di Lutung Kasarung. Iya, itu fals banget aku nyanyinya. Tapi kayak I had the time of my life. It's on YouTube, but I don't know. I don't know the name anymore. I can't find it. I wish I can find it. It's really funny. It was really hopeful, and then I kept on going with a lot of my crafts gitu. Dan pertama kali aku merasa aku tuh bisa jadi sutradara gitu atau leading satu karya itu karena aku punya backbone issues guys. Jadi girls, not guys. Tapi aku kelas 3 SD itu jatuh dari tangga karena ada air di tangga dan jatuhnya tuh duduk jadi gitu. Jadi L4 L5 aku kena dan dari situ aku tuh sebenarnya udah dikasih tahu nggak boleh nari lagi. Tapi because I love it so much and at that time dari aku TK aku tuh nari balet pas TK, terus lanjut dengan beberapa nyobain hip hop, street jazz, commercial, yada all that jazz. And then aku nangis pas dibilang aku nggak boleh nari, tapi aku tetap nari.
Pastinya. We
Pastinya.
always kayak melawan sesuatu yang nggak boleh
iya.
nggak sih?
Sampai SMP aku recital nari gitu, and pas di kasur tuh aku tiba-tiba nggak bisa gerak gitu. Kayak oops, I went too hard gitu. Dan dari situ akhirnya aku mencoba mencari medium lainnya. Dan dulu tuh di SMP aku namanya Highfield. Shout out to Highfield, love you Highfield. Pas di Highfield itu aku setiap tahunnya tuh ada kayak music fest namanya. Jadi setiap kelas tuh harus tampil.
I see, interesting.
Dan kelas aku when I was in 8th grade itu bingung mau tampil apa, and I started kayak let's do La La Land. Let's do La La Land. Yeah, it was because that movie really made me kayak you know the colors and what it means for artists. I loved it so much. Terus I did the performance La La Land dan itu pertama kali aku bukan jadi koreografer tapi aku jadi director yang aku melihat dulu, aku ngobrol sama teman-temanku satu-satu kayak what do you think you have the passion for, what type of skill do you think you hide at home. Soalnya Highfield is very academic school, it's Cambridge dan kayak we did IGCSEs and it's very kayak you know essays reading. So aku nanya kayak menurut kalian suka ngapain, dan akhirnya teman-teman aku yang belum pernah perform their playing piano before, they performed as a pianist. Ada yang nyanyi juga, ada yang nari juga, dan itu pertama kali aku merasa kayak I don't always have to be the performer to perform.
Yes.
I can uplift others in the process and still express the message
for everyone.
Or they can inspire me.
I know.
And I can
Vice versa.
Yeah, and it could be, and that's where I discovered that art is so collaborative and so reflective, and it's just such a circle.
Yeah.
It's so
And-
much like the thinking of critical thinking of you in such a young age.
Yeah.
thank
I know. It's like you are in a 50s or something.
Maybe
You're so
I'm an old
mature.
Maybe you just got born with somebody soul that is like very old.
How can you like think that way? You know, it's not easy. No?
Iya, kayak
Is it like
influence
from
dari
the
mana?
background of your parents that not push you, but like the role model in a family, or
I think I take inspiration from observing people.
I see.
Yeah, I like to really look at people,
Yeah.
kayak ngelihat orang dan ngerasa kayak, jadi aku suka ngerasain warna orang.
yeah.
Ini orang punya warna ini,
Right,
dan aku
right.
ngerasa bisa dicampur jadi satu lukisan yang sangat
actually
indah
that's
gitu.
one of my angles too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah.
Like because I share a little bit before I jump to you. Like I have a few companies.
Oh, period.
Yeah, like Naomi's like, how come you have a lot of companies? Well, actually, it's like the same templates, and then like I can see like a lot of people like, oh, this is how you do it. This is how you do that. You know. So we just like autodidact gitu loh. Maksudnya kayak, oh, this is how you do it. Okay, let's try. You know. It's something that is not theoretical banget.
Yeah.
Like you of course you learn it from the book, but how you combine it to the practical is not easy. You know, you know what I
Funnily,
meant, right?
everything I
Like-
did directing atau
I know.
apa itu aku nggak pernah dari buku.
I know. So that's
Semuanya
the
learning
thing.
by doing.
She's smart, man.
Yes, learning by doing is, I think, it's another thing, you know.
Yeah.
Like when you have it and you have to jump into it, man, you gotta learn a lot during the process.
Yeah.
But like when you have the apa ya, kayak you just have this instinct,
Yeah.
which is blessed. Gifted.
Actually, like
Maybe.
we have the talent already, like
Yeah.
the basic, and then we just like boosting up.
Yeah.
I don't know about talent karena I don't think, nggak tahu ya. I don't know. I
You're
don't.
talented.
Period.
Tapi I think talent.
Or maybe you have more. You never know.
Maybe.
Yeah, you never know. You never really like. You haven't really tapped into that.
Yeah.
Like you color your hair by your own.
I mean it's by my friend's help, but
But I like that. Like I
Thank
said,
you.
like when I was like, can I do like that?
aw, I can help you connect to.
Because I used to color my hair like blue
I know.
and red, but like underneath, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, peekaboo.
Peekaboo and
Yeah,
highlight
and
gitu
the
ya,
highlight.
balayage. Tapi being back to talking about talent ya, aku ngerasa kayak talent is nothing without discovery and kayak
Well, you have to explore it.
yeah,
Yeah.
you always have to explore and kayak discovery is nothing without experience.
That's
Explore
true.
and experience and feel it.
True, that's how you put it
Yeah.
in 3 words ya. Gitu sih menurut aku dan kayak dari situ aku jadi belajar hal tadi yang sangat menarik which is reflection and
Right.
really jadi wadah tuh indah gitu
I know.
kayak
Yeah.
apalagi kalau kita aware sama yang kita punya dan selalu mencoba
Yeah.
untuk menggunakan itu sebagai fasilitasi
Right.
memfasilitasi orang lain gitu itu kayaknya hal yang indah.
You are a big person.
And you also
Like,
have the
you're
heart,
a big
yes.
person, you have a heart.
You have a
and
heart
you're brave
for-
enough to express it.
Yes.
So this is like the right platform
Oh, thank
you. Yes.
for
Thank you so much.
women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Or
women.
whatever, like freedom of speech. You can
Yeah. Talk
Like,
whatever you
like,
wanna. Yeah.
talk about anything.
But if
Yeah.
you think I'm cool and all that, it takes one to know one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
that's right.
true.
So our energy is the same.
Yeah, we keep it productive.
Circle,
Circle,
reflection.
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's who I was then, but I
Uh-huh.
feel like seberubah-berubahnya orang kita selalu akan punya
Yeah,
benih yang
pasti ya.
ditarik gitu.
You know, we always have the silver lining.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Either we didn't notice it or we did, but we
Right.
just like ignore it, you know? Yeah. And then like, emang kamu udah suka kain dari dulu?
Kalau kain tuh sebenarnya selalu ada di hidup aku karena my grandparents, specifically from my mother's side, itu sangat cinta budaya. Gitu.
Love it.
Tong dan
Lovely.
nyai aku tuh they're very like wah itu bener-bener very active in talking about culture apalagi kita
Lovely.
Betawi Jawa tapi heavy on Betawinya gitu ya. Kakek aku tuh sangat berjuang banget untuk budaya Betawi gitu. Di rumah tuh if you my house has a patung Garuda on it.
Wow.
Ya.
Wow.
Dan kayak kakek aku tuh selalu bahas kayak whoever you always have to bring your culture with you.
Yeah.
Dan
Yes,
Setuju.
Yes, setuju banget. Setuju
throughout
banget.
identity crisis aku pernah krisis identitas lama banget gitu ya karena aku kayak selalu mencari diriku apalagi aku punya borderline personality
Yes.
disorder jadi it's very hard for me to kind of like find my identity tapi satu hal yang satu hal yang selalu aku ingat atau one thing that I always come back to is the fact that di luar semua identitas yang aku punya, satu-satunya identitas yang selalu aku pegang dan selalu akan ada yang tidak akan pernah bisa direnggut oleh siapapun adalah fakta bahwa aku adalah perempuan Indonesia.
Yeah.
Jadi mau nggak mau, aku merasa I have the passion to really bring my culture with me gitu.
Yeah.
Dan sebagai seorang aspiring storyteller, aku merasa kain itu adalah bentuk yang sangat indah untuk menceritakan where you're from.
Exactly.
Dari motifnya, dari tipe kainnya, dari teksturnya. Itu apalagi there's art of drapery, seni mengikat gitu. Di Indonesia itu kan setiap budaya punya cara mengikat yang
Beda-beda.
berbeda-beda. Dan itu kan juga ngasih tahu kita kalau we can represent ourselves by just showing and not
Yes.
telling.
Yes.
People looking at me right now, if they could see this, ini kain aku kalau aku giniin, wait, dan
Kamu apa? Ikat-ikatnya sendiri gitu.
iya aku ikat
Iya.
sendiri.
Pintar ya.
Let me
Aku
show.
nggak bisa.
Oh, you can always learn, girl. There's always.
Iya.
Let me. Iya,
Oh,
kayak
tadi
kain yang aku
ini.
gunain sekarang. Ini kalau kalian lihat patternnya, ini ada gigi balang.
Sorry aku pegang ya.
Iya, boleh.
Ini berarti kayak di dye begitu ya?
Ini batik
Salah ya?
tulis. Batik tulis dan ini gigi balang. Jadi gigi balang itu
namanya
di
gigi
Betawi.
balang?
Iya. Di Betawi itu biasanya ada di genteng-gentengnya gitu.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's basically talking about strength and
Wow.
a lot of things. Dan ini juga ada motif wave-nya
Oh
karena
iya,
ini
bener
dari Betawi pesisir. Dan
gitu.
also talking about how life is like a wave gitu. Dan ini ada daun-daunnya juga yang talking about growth. Jadi pas aku beli ini, aku tuh ngobrol sama local artistnya gitu, senimannya. Iya, dan dia tuh bener-bener pas promote ini ke aku, dia kayak ngomong, tolong dijaga ya, jangan dipotong, tolong kasih sayang gitu, tolong, karena ini simbolik banget dalam sisi kayak kemakmuran dan kesuksesan dan identity dari sisi Betawi pesisir dan Betawi yang kuat
Yeah.
gitu, dan hard work and everything, and the color is very me gitu.
Yep,
Dalam
yep,
sisi I always love how it feels like light to me. Jadi kayak aku ngeliat ini tuh sebagai kain yang not only talks about my culture sebagai orang Betawi gitu, tapi bener-bener simbol dari kekuatan, kemakmuran, kesuksesan, hard work, and also light in itself. Dan it's so beautiful that you can just show
Yeah.
and tell who you are without
Yeah.
actually yapping about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just wear it.
Yeah.
Dan itu tuh ada di seni mengikat dan seni kain.
Yeah.
Kayak berkain bersama, guys. Girls. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why
I learned something from you.
Yeah.
I know, this is beautiful.
I know, and you can always combine it with so many colors.
Yes.
Selain ini kayak melanggengkan budaya kita dan kita bisa bercerita lewat situ, kita selalu bisa berkarya. We can top it with so many cute Y2K
Yep.
outfit
Yep.
or even grunge outfit or
Yeah.
anything that goes with it. There's so many colors that can complement it, and it's just, I mean, kalau orang bule ngelihat sini aja dan ngelihat ini sebagai hal yang kayak bisa you know,
Yeah.
why aren't we as grappling
Right.
as
Protect
its
it.
beauty and as protective as its beauty and as proud
Yeah.
of its beauty as they are? I mean,
Yeah.
we have to top them. I mean, it's
this is ours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sayangnya itu sih, ya memang menurut aku kayak bangga atas kain tuh memang harus di-build. Karena kayak sometimes when we have it, we take it for granted, right?
Yeah. Karena mungkin kita terlalu biasa melihat ini di screen kita that we forgot that it's something that is beautiful.
Yes. And it's not cheap to make it. It's not
really
it's
not.
not short time at all that needed to make it as well. It's full of effort with a lot of people make it as well in the process.
Ya, dan awalnya berkain bersama itu digagas ya bersama aku dan teman-temanku di Arise Rose. Itu juga we're trying to incorporate kain, Indonesian textile, Indonesian culture through our daily attires gitu. Jadi bukan untuk lo mau pakai kain, lo mau ke kawinan ya,
Yeah.
lo mau ke kondangan.
Iya,
Enggak.
selalu kayak gitu tuh.
Tapi
Let's normalize it.
iya, tapi literally gue mau ke Blok M gue pakai kain,
Iya.
atau gue mau I don't know go to a party
Yeah.
and I wear kain, gitu. I mean in a respectful way obviously,
of
tapi
course.
kayak incorporated in our daily lives because it is our daily lives
Yes.
gitu. Then that comes with all the movements that I have had the privilege to start gitu. Ada berkain bersama, ada Your Story is Heard, dan mungkin yang aku juga I would love to talk about is Brave to be Bare. It's one of my movements it's one of the movements that I have the privilege of creating that I really really stand by, which is all about accepting who we are and not just going against, tackling the beauty standards and really saying that who we are at core is authentic enough to be shown rather than the current unrealistic standard gitu. Then that is complementary with our culture, our identity, who we are, and I think it's just so beautiful and authentic if we just be bare,
Yeah.
be who we are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very authentic, I would say.
yeah,
But a lot of people just don't really comfortable be like, be who you are.
yeah.
susah bro gitu
Yeah.
kayak aduh gimana ya cause it's just the rhythm of the social life right now.
Yeah.
It's just
Karena menurut aku manusia itu sama seperti mirip dengan banyak biokomputer di mana kita tuh sebenarnya gabungan dari banyak banget kode.
yep.
Kita diinstal dengan
Panjang lebar tuh kayaknya.
societal norms.
Iya. Iya,
True.
iya.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are installed by societal norms, religion,
Iya.
standards, and then political
No,
endeavors.
you know what? Why I'm talking that you're smart because you can see layer by layer
Iya.
for humans like inner and outer. Outer means like the aura, whatever. You can spot anything.
Iya.
You're like us.
Period. It takes one to
Beneran,
know one.
beneran,
Yeah.
yeah. Banyak banget like we're so complex in
Yeah.
terms of humans. It's not
Tapi
like only
emang-
one body, you know.
We need to question things. I feel.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, yes,
Kayak-
of course.
As simple as aku sering banget di-attack online because of my choice to, not my choice, but like, yes, my choice. It's more of like my choice to be free in what I want to do with my body hair. Sometimes I wax, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I shave, sometimes I don't. I don't really like shaving because it's so
Iya.
iritasinya tuh gak enak banget. I like waxing better.
Sensitive.
Cuman cuman waxing is not always affordable.
Iya.
Dan kayak sometimes I genuinely like to keep my armpit hair.
Yeah.
So the fuck what? Dan kalau
Yeah.
misalnya kita mau bahas
Yeah.
back secara her story atau sejarahnya gitu, zaman dulu tuh sebenarnya it's all because of this one brand called Gillette. Dia itu awalnya bikin razors buat laki-laki. Jadi buat
Yeah, buat
shaving
yeah.
hair. Tapi karena laki-laki itu cuman ada rambut yang perlu perlu di shave tuh di sini gitu, and they don't feel the need to shave. They don't feel a lot of need to shave their armpit hair, or body hair, whatever. Mereka menciptakan insecurity terhadap perempuan dan ngomong kayak perempuan yang bersih itu adalah perempuan yang shave, perempuan yang bersih itu adalah perempuan yang nggak punya body hair. Mereka menciptakan standar sesuatu
Just to market the
just to
product.
market the
Yeah.
product, akhirnya dia produknya naik dan
That's
akhirnya
true.
iklan-iklan besar, majalah-majalah besar akhirnya showing perempuan yang tanpa body hair. Padahal zaman dulu sebelum zaman
Yeah.
Gillette shaver ini, people with
Yeah,
body hair
yeah.
are everywhere.
Iya.
Dan I know people say that kayak oke, ikutilah zamannya perkembangan zaman dan segala macam. But we also have to question where some cultures, not some cultures, where some things come from.
Yeah.
And like, is me keeping my body hair or not?
Is your concern?
Ya, atau misalnya kayak pilihan aku untuk memiliki body hair itu sebenarnya di-influence nggak sih dengan kapitalisme, patriarki dan kolonialisme? Karena kan sebenarnya budaya jilat itu kan datang dari sana,
Iya.
bukan dari sini,
Iya.
gitu. Jadi, if we wanna talk about as simple as keeping our body hair, there's so many things to question dalam sisi socio-politikalnya.
Iya.
Ya,
Do you question like other product as well? Like because like some of the products it's really helping you a lot in some kind of ways.
Yes.
I'm talking about like general products, you know, but some are not.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
I mean it all depends on the choice. Karena sebenarnya orang tuh selalu
True.
ngomong kayak
Agree.
aku keeping my body hair berarti aku suruh semua orang keep their body hair. Enggak, I'm asking you to not shame people for their choice.
Iya.
Karena kayak I bet there's gonna be people in the comment section that is going to be irritated by this. But like, so the fuck what? Like,
Yeah.
I know her story, and I feel like I wax sometimes, and right now lagi enggak aja. Then I take care of it, I clean it, I scrub it.
Yeah.
If their concern is cleanliness, I shower 2 times a day, I scrub it a lot. Dan
So
kalau
just don't be
emang-
nosy, you know.
Iya, dan
Iya.
itu balik lagi di luar preferensi sendiri selalu ada backstory-nya gitu. Dan
yeah,
di
of
luar
course.
backstory itu kalau tetap mau milih
And it's
shave
your
it,
choice. Again,
Yeah.
it's your
go
choice.
ahead, gitu.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's very interesting to me how people just really like
You
to
just don't understand like why people need to follow whatever the product, whatever they sell from the product for society because
Yeah.
they want to make money,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's the thing that you just don't agree and
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So makes you. For
Tapi
some-
kalau mau ya udah.
Ya udah,
Cuman
iya.
kalau misalnya aku nggak ganggu kamu dan ngejudge
Yeah.
kamu untuk milih itu,
Yeah.
why are you
Yeah.
judging me?
you are
Or-
just saying,
Yeah.
yeah, you just expressing.
Then I
That's
hate
all.
how I really dislike how respon orang terhadap body hair itu kalau nggak
like disgusting,
disgusting
Or-
dan
Yeah.
kotor,
Yeah.
kalau nggak sexualizing.
Yeah.
Banyak banget kayak
Wait. I need to help you that.
ya
Guys, you know, actually, like, pardon me because I'm married but I'm divorced and I'm single.
period.
But what I knew now, like, guys likes to have sex with the women with
Body hair.
body hair. They said it's sexy.
See, so it's either a fetish.
Yeah, it's
no.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's nice to have a
But
body
somehow
hair.
it's also like
Somehow,
associated
you know?
with the
Yeah.
sensual
Yeah.
Sexual
ways.
thing. So
Which is why kayak bisa nggak ini tentang gue dan pilihan gue aja.
yeah.
Hmm.
So that's it.
Yeah, it's as
I
simple
know.
as that gitu.
Yeah, as
Brave
simple
to
as
bear.
And so dari mana sih kayak what things, what event that happens in your life that makes you pivot and you can have this courage to just pick up?
Karena mungkin waktu itu aku akhirnya operasi punggung di 2023. Ya, dan pas aku operasi punggung
Oh, gara-gara
itu,
jatuh itu.
tapi kan aku jatuhnya tuh pas kelas 3 SD. Cuman aku nggak boleh operasi sampai aku setelah umur 18 tahun supaya perkembangannya dilihat
Oh
dulu.
ya, oke.
Yeah.
And I was forbidden to dance for that amount of time,
no.
tapi I didn't
Wow.
stop dancing, so it got worse than worse
Yeah.
than worse. Jadi pas aku actually got the ability untuk operasi gitu, the right time and the right everything, itu saat aku masih punya residu trauma dari kekerasan seksual juga kan, karena itu kekerasan seksualnya terjadi di 2022 dan aku operasi punggung di 2023. Dan aku pernah ada periode waktu yang aku cuman tiduran pipis pakai catheter dan aku merasa aku nggak
Can
bisa.
imagine that.
Yeah.
I feel hurt already.
Oh, thank you. I mean, damn, I'm sorry, but yeah. Tapi rasanya tuh kayak aku nggak bisa jalan secara fisik dan mental.
Yeah.
Dan saat aku sudah mengetahui rasanya tidak bisa jalan secara fisik dan mental, saat aku bisa jalan dan bisa kembali bersuara,
Yeah.
I wanna use the fuck out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not sorry about my language because I wanna use the fuck out of my privilege.
Yeah.
I wanna walk because now I can walk,
Yeah.
and I knew how it felt like to not be
Yeah.
able to walk physically and mentally. And now that I know that I can push myself forward, I will do it. So it's about, if I were to put it in one sentence, the flowers reminded me why the rain was necessary.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's basically realizing that I literally wasn't buried, I was planted. And I have to take care of the...
Ini cewek banget sih.
Iya, emang.
Oh, kan minumannya juga
Iya.
pinky.
I haven't had this, but it looks like a funfetti pop.
You can drink it if you want.
I will later.
Yeah.
But you're so beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're so beautiful.
Like I'm so proud of whatever happened to you, whatever happened to us in the past of our life back then. I'm so proud that we can we can
Go through it.
go through it and we grow out of it.
Yeah.
And we keep growing.
Yeah.
This is just reminds me of so I have a tattoo
Oh,
up
can I see
here. Oh, I'm wearing this.
Okay,
It's actually
I
like a
guess.
plant.
Okay.
So why I put
It's
my
pretty, I can see it.
yeah, so why I put the tattoo, like a plant tattoo on my skin, on my feet, is because this reminds me of wherever I go, I grow.
Aww.
Belajar, bertumbuh,
Belajar.
berkarya, dan
Yes.
berbagi lagi dan lagi.
Lagi dan lagi. And so yeah, kayak I think the silver lining, I also the takeaways that I learned from today's talk juga yang kayak just keep going.
Yeah.
No matter how shitty your life can be, just keep going. Just keep fucking going, you
Yeah.
know? Karena it's daripada ngurusin orang lain, ya mendingan ngurus diri sendiri dan keep going, you know?
Period.
I was talking with Naomi about my like how
Yeah.
grateful I am with my belief and
Yeah.
my faithful.
Yes.
Even like a little sin.
Yeah.
So we grow.
Yes.
We have faith
Yep.
and just be it. You know.
Yeah.
That's it.
Even
Very
the
simple.
the tiniest that you have, just keep growing.
Yeah.
Just keep believing that you can do great things ahead.
Karena kayak satu-satunya hal yang gak akan pernah berubah adalah the fact that we are always gonna change.
Right.
Exactly.
So might as well fucking change.
Yeah.
You know, like in this economy.
Oh, we're going there.
In whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Kala? Like how you want to express yourself, and like if you want to have a message for them, stellars out there,
Mhm.
like how can you bring the happiness, the positivity for us to keep growing and to have faith?
Yeah. In this nowadays society or whatever is happening nowadays, yeah.
We don't care about rupiah, we don't care about dollars, we don't care, but we just want to have happy, no?
Yeah.
In
We
every
care
time.
about that.
We care, but
aside from that, alongside that, I feel it's not always about trying to be happy. Justru when you don't try to be happy and when you simmer with what you feel is when you kind of find peace. Karena sebenarnya yang aku pelajarin in the past few weeks is that maybe we're kind of like an aquarium and we love our fishes and we look at it with some bright colors and we take care of all of the little decors and everything.
Yeah.
Terus one day pas kita lagi nata
Yeah.
stones-nya, lumpurnya naik gitu, atau bawahnya tuh naik. Terus kita kayak panik kayak holy fucking shit, kayak terus kita kayak
gimana
I know,
caranya
I know.
kita
Yeah,
panik
yeah,
kayak
yeah.
ya giniin terus
Trying
lumpurnya.
to like
Paksa turun.
force it to
Terus lumpurnya akhirnya makin naik dong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Namanya juga air. So I feel like happiness is like that. We see some negative emotion and we force it down.
yeah,
Tapi it's
try to
ya, tapi malah kalau misalnya kita kayak paksa diri kita
Yeah.
untuk bahagia, semua emosi negatif itu akan naik. Tapi kalau
Yeah.
misalnya kita duduk
It's true.
dan nonton aja akuariumnya,
I like this a lot.
Yeah.
it will simmer down and you
Yeah.
can finally see clarity again. So it's like
So we don't try, but
we don't try,
we feel it.
we accept,
We
we
accept.
feel, and we grow.
Yeah.
Dan aku juga menyadari bahwa sebenarnya labeling emosi kita tuh penting banget ya, karena
Yeah.
kita perlu vocabulary untuk
Yes.
menyadari dan mendeskripsikan
Yes.
perasaan kita.
Elaborate whatever that you
articulating.
have. Yeah, articulate.
There's this book 1984 by George Orwell. Di buku
Yeah.
itu tuh ngomongin, it's a dystopian book. It's basically talking about this society where there is this thing di mana pemerintahnya itu selalu memotong kata per kata setiap tahunnya.
Yeah.
Jadi dictionary, kamus besar bahasanya itu setiap tahun tuh dipublish lagi tapi dikurangin bahasanya. Jadi yang tadinya happy and sad jadi happy and unhappy. Dan terus yang tadinya ada
True.
happy and excited jadinya happy and super happy.
Yeah.
Dan super happy and excited is so different.
Different.
That's
Yep.
why labeling your emotion is very important, dan
Right,
vocabulary
right.
and knowing how to articulate
And again, like
your
the
emotion
definition of it.
is very different and
Different.
very
Yeah,
intricate.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
very
Yeah.
important.
My point of view of super happy and your point of view is different.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
different. Which is why sebenarnya labeling our emotion is very
Right.
important. That's why my psychologist itu selalu ngasih emotion wheel.
Yeah.
Tapi yang aku pelajarin juga di belakang itu adalah labels are stagnant and emotions are transformative. And if we always rely on labeling our emotion at that time, while our emotion changes throughout the day and we are still upholding that label, we will have this self apa ya? We will be stuck on the stagnant label and think that
Self pity.
prophecy.
Yeah,
Self prophecy. Jadi kayak it's always important to remember that besides labeling and knowing and articulating your emotion,
Yeah.
we also need to find ways to always remind ourselves that we are changing every second.
Yes.
And our
yes.
energy and our emotion are changing every second. So if I can label how I feel right now, and if it's happy or sad, we can always let our aquarium just sit
Yep.
and just observe the changes every second. Karena mungkin yang tadinya lumpurnya banyak di sini, terus kita label, oh, anxiety,
Right.
stress,
Yeah.
exhaustion. Terus
Agree.
dia pelan-pelan simmer. Abis itu pas lagi di sini kita ditanya sama orang, how you're feeling today, and then we label these.
Yeah.
Akhirnya kita jadi melihat diri kita sebagai lumpurnya masih di sini, padahal kita
udah
udah
turun.
turun. Jadi it's very important to also not only label and describe your emotions, but also really see and be aware that we change.
Self-awareness.
Yeah, and just sit with it. Let your aquarium sit. Let your aquarium sit.
True.
Dance with the feeling and watch your fishes swim.
Yeah, yeah, that's very beautiful though. I can understand why you just like be the storyteller.
I am though.
Yeah, like the way you describe
Yeah.
and the way you elaborate,
Yeah.
it's just beautifully
Thank
Yeah.
there, you know.
Future Kala, you're watching this and you have a book.
Ooh, I love this.
I know.
Oh my god. Karena udah lama banget kita nggak ketemu. So
Iya,
I
jadi
kayak
yap.
dan udah lama nggak catch up. We don't really know what's happening in our
I
life
see.
to each other. It's
We
just
should go on a date.
I know, right?
I'll
Let's go.
DM you.
Let's go. Oh, by the way, like anyway, nanti aja dong. Kangen banget,
Iya.
sumpah. Nah, terus kan kayak maksudnya maybe just to help also like some stellars that watching right now, you have a lot of concerns. We have a lot of concerns. We have a lot of problems that we face, you know, every days. Di sosmed juga banyak banget yang share a lot of like, you know, concerns. And so how do you cope with a lot of anxiety nowadays, you know? And how do you cope with everything that you have inside of you and then what's happening around you?
The shallow answer will be my anxiety meds. But like, shout out my psychiatrist for that. But the more stoic answer, atau kayak the more, I don't know, inspirational answer would be, ini yang aku pelajarin juga. So I am currently in the process of lagi berproses di satu teater, komunitas teaternya bernama Merpati Performance Laboratory, dan kita membahas tentang apakah manusia sebenarnya hanya biokomputer.
Yeah.
Dan ya balik lagi kita diinstalasi dengan kode-kode tertentu, kode moral, kode
Yeah.
agama, kode societal norms dan segala macam, yang sebenarnya ya kita juga dipengaruhi. To what extent of ourself is real,
Yeah.
basically that gitu. Tapi satu-satunya hal yang bisa menembus semua waktu, media, dan space itu, poros narasi kehidupan kita dan poros narasi kita sebagai manusia itu cinta. It's as simple and as cliche
Yeah.
as that. Jadi if you guys were to ask me, you girls were to ask me, kalau aku ditanya gimana cara aku tackle anxiety dan stress dengan semua relasi kuasa dan
Yeah.
ekonomi and it's simply to defeat the love of power with the power of love.
Wow.
Love banget.
Wow, lovely.
We love love.
Repeat again, please.
To defeat the love of power with the power of love.
Preach. And so okay, so like I know we have been spending some time here talking, and then I think we just have to wrap up soon.
Okay.
Sadly. But if I can say, like, if I can ask again, okay, what are the things that you enjoy the most of the things that you're doing right now? What are they?
So I'm doing 7 things at the same time right now. Aku bekerja full time di Titi Mangsa Foundation. Shout out to Titi Mangsa. I love Titi Mangsa. I'm also working full time di Nima Studios. It's a cafe store and space called Titi Mangsa itu Foundation Theater.
Yeah.
I'm an actor di Merpati Performance Laboratory dan we are performing on the 27th of August 2026 yang tadi it's called Wetware. Karena kita bukan hardware, we are wetware. Aku juga sekarang lagi menulis dan lagi fokus di my own production house. I have a small production house.
Lovely.
Namanya Pada Suatu Karya yang bertujuan untuk menggunakan seni untuk berdialog dan seni sebagai tadi perlawanan dan penyembuhan lembut dan menciptakan dialog yang sehat. Dan kita baru saja lagi berproses untuk masukin film Sisa Dini Hari ke festival-festival. Insya Allah kita bakal keterima di festival yang accessible untuk teman-teman nonton.
Amin.
Dan bisa berdiskusi tentang temanya dari situ. I'm currently also working on 2 new projects dari Pada Suatu Karya. Satu berkolaborasi dengan teman dekatku namanya Farhan Arif. Dia penulis di banyak sih ya, dia nulis di mana-mana. He's also an actor. We are currently researching and uplifting the stories of Manusia Silver untuk sebenarnya membahas tentang sistem yang selalu menggagalkan kita.
Oh yeah, I saw your post about like you were research about it.
Yeah, jadi kita reflecting dari Manusia Silver untuk melihat bagaimana sistem itu selalu menggagalkan kita karena mereka banyak banget yang dirazia masuk panti rehabilitasi tapi tidak cukup direhabilitasi atau not being rehabilitated enough to go back and not be Manusia Silver lagi. It's a question, does the system really help us or
is it really
keep
working?
us in a cycle, in the loop. Dan aku juga sekarang lagi working tahun ini insya Allah mau jalan. We are working on a small film, film pendek surrealis pertamaku. It's about menstruation and reproductive health for women. It's talking about rasa-rasa negatif yang datang dari menstruasi yang dihadapi perempuan saat menstruasi. Dan it's surrealist. It's little to no dialogues filmnya. Judulnya Datang Bunga. It's exploring how datang bulan is basically about growing. Dan we are currently untuk Datang Bunga ya, Pada Suatu Karya saat ini merepresentasikan Datang Bunga. We are currently looking for collaborators, executive producers, and we're looking for people to fund us or brands to collaborate and sponsor us, and we're very open juga. And fun fact tentang semua produksi dari Pada Suatu Karya itu, kita head of departmentnya all women or marginalized people and marginalized people. Dan kita semua, aku sebagai pemimpin dan pendiri dari Pada Suatu Karya mewajibkan seluruh anggota, kru dan pemeran dari Pada Suatu Karya untuk menandatangani surat yang berjudul, let me see, quickly, I'm so sorry, let me
yang
find
ini punya
it.
ini, yang ini punya ini, yang ini punya ini.
Itulah.
Cewek-cewek tanggul semuanya.
Itulah.
Cuan nih kepalanya.
Itulah.
Of course.
Ya, so Pada Suatu Karya itu pengen selalu menciptakan ruang yang aman. Jadi untuk setiap kru dan pemeran kita mewajibkan teman-teman sekalian yang berkolaborasi dengan kita untuk menandatangani surat yang berjudul Surat Pernyataan Tidak Pernah Melakukan dan /atau dihukum atas tindakan kekerasan seksual dan /atau pelanggaran HAM dan /atau tidak sedang menjalani proses hukum. Dan ini aku minta mereka tanda tangan dengan materai juga, dengan lugas dan jujur agar menciptakan ruang berkarya yang aman dan nyaman.
Oh my god, lovely. You are right now. You're very productive.
Thank you. Is that a thank you? Is that a compliment?
It is a compliment.
It is a compliment.
It is so compliment.
I would like to hear that from you and
Yes.
Tapi even if I'm not productive, I'm still valuable.
Of course.
To all the people
you
that
will
are
not be productive. You always be productive.
Yeah.
Trust me on this.
But your productivity is not you. We are not defined by our productivity.
Of course, we're not valued by that.
Yeah.
Like the value is just like us.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you so much for coming and sharing a lot of things, Kala. Like
Thank you for having me.
It really like inspired a lot of things. Thank you so much for coming.